You know, guys, one of the questions that people tend to ask me is, Thomas, why is the president of this country, Cyril Ramaphosa, doing all of these things that he's doing right now? Why is the president of this country now sounding like a fully fledged communist? And guys, I understand that people are confused. And I understand why people are confused, because when the ANC sold Ramaphosa to the people, they said that this man is a capitalist. Ramaphosa is a businessman who is already rich. So this man is not going to be corrupt. There is no need for Ramaphosa to actually run a corrupt cabinet, because he's already rich. He's not there for the money, but he's there for the love of the people. This is a man that is going to run a country like business. This is a pro-business president that is going to ensure that we have the investors in this country and the people can find the work. And I think this is the reason why a lot of South Africans were actually happy to say that finally we have a businessman president in this country. We have a president that can actually sit down with the investors and convince the investors to come into the country. You understand that this country, we are plagued with the unemployment rate. So when people hear that we have a businessman of a president that can actually sit down with the investors and convince the investors to come into the country, people were happy when Cyril Ramaphosa became the president of the country. This is the reason why everybody was happy, like from white people, from the Indians, from the black people. People were happy when Cyril Ramaphosa became the president of this country, because they look at where we were with Jacob Zuma. It was a mess. Jacob Zuma basically gave the country to the Guptas. And we are still shocked why the Hawks hasn't said anything about the treason of Jacob Zuma giving the country to the Guptas. But I digress. The reason why people were happy is because of how the ANC sold Ramaphosa to the people. And now you look at Ramaphosa, you look at the policies that Cyril Ramaphosa is signing. You look at the way that Ramaphosa has been moving. It's quite different from what the ANC sold to the people. Because you look at the policies that Ramaphosa has signed, the Bella Bill, the Land Expropriation Act, the NHI, you look at the way that Ramaphosa is now engaging with the United States of America, because he's been combative against the Western powers. He's been very combative and trying to prove a point. So to answer that question that people are asking, why is the president of this country doing all of these things that he's doing right now? It is very simple. Cyril Ramaphosa knows that in 2027 the ANC will have elective conference, and this is what Cyril Ramaphosa wants to win. He wants to go into the elective conference to say that, guys, I have signed the bills that other presidents in this country didn't sign. I have not capitulated towards the Western powers. Just look at how I dealt with Donald Trump. I told Donald Trump that he can go to hell. And there is not a single South African president who has actually said that to an American president. But me, I'm here, just like Robert Mugabe telling Tony Blair, I'm here telling Donald Trump that he can fuck off, basically. So the only thing that matters to Cyril Ramaphosa, it is the ANC and the elective conference in 2027, because he wants to be a president inside the ANC that will finish off his term. You understand that Cyril Ramaphosa as the president, the ANC, some of the people inside the ANC and other political parties, they used to brand him as a puppet of the white monopoly capital. And this is the reason why this conference is very important to him, because he understands that inside the ANC there are people that still paint him as the white puppet of the white monopoly capital. But Cyril Ramaphosa is trying to come out of that shell to say that, no, guys, I am not the puppet of the white monopoly capital. I am actually a communist, just like you guys. So he is trying to win a conference in 2027, but he's doing it at the expense of the people of this country. He's doing it at the expense of the people of this country. They don't give a damn about the repercussions of all of these things that they are doing. They don't care about the repercussions of of everything that they have done. But he just wants to win a 2027 ANC elective conference. He wants that. Because if you look at the ANC, you look at Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa is someone that was painted as the puppet of the white monopoly capital. So the ANC wanted to remove him and replace him with a radical president that is going to implement the policies that other president failed to implement. So if you have Cyril Ramaphosa implementing all of these policies that other ANC president didn't implement, there is no need for the ANC to replace him with a radical president, because right now he is now the radical president. So if people were confused about his moves, this is the reason why. He's doing all of these things so that he can win a conference, so that he can get a second term with the ANC, because he understands that the only people that can recall him is the ANC. When it comes to the country, he is the president of the country. He didn't win with a majority, but of course you have the DA that have voted for him to be the president of the country, and he turned around and backstabbed the DA. He turned around and backstabbed the DA. And he is going to use that at the elective conference of the ANC to say that, guys, I understand that I didn't win the conference with a majority, but just look at the number of the ministers inside the cabinet. The ANC people are still eating. Because we lost the elections. But if you look at the numbers of the people that are inside the cabinet that belongs to the ANC, it is still the same number that we had before. So nothing has actually changed. Look, right now we have the government of national unity, but the people that I'm in governance with are weak political parties. That's why I have been able to implement the ANC policies, despite the fact that the ANC doesn't have the mandate. I have been able to implement all of that. Just look at how I treated the DA. I treated the DA with a disdain. And right now, I have even kicked them out of Johannesburg. Me and Panyazal Sufi, we did a very wonderful job to get the DA out of Gauteng. So the reason why he's doing all of these things, he's trying to win a conference. Because the ANC, they believe in that NDR of theirs. So if you are the president of the ANC and you are not going to implement these policies, then you are not a real president of the ANC. So he will go out to say that, guys, I am a real president of the ANC. I'm the real president of the ANC. Don't mind the GNU. Those people inside the GNU are very weak. I can implement everything that I want. And there is nothing they can do, because those people, they love the ministerial positions. They love the treatment that they are getting. So there is no way that they are going to turn their backs against the government of national unity. So I hope that the people are not confused anymore. The reason why Cyril Ramaphosa has been rogue recently is because he wants to win a conference with the ANC. The country doesn't matter. He doesn't give a damn about the country. He wants to appease the ANC that, yes, I am that radical president that you guys have been wanting. Because if you look at Cyril Ramaphosa, just look, even the likes of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, the people that used to attack Cyril Ramaphosa, the people that used to insult Cyril Ramaphosa, they are now clapping hands for Cyril Ramaphosa to say that, no, this guy is a real progressive. They call him a progressive right now. The people that used to criticize him and call him the worst president, the puppet of the white monopoly capital, right now they are clapping hands for him and saying that Cyril Ramaphosa is a real progressive. And I understand, even that's why even some of the top business people in this country, they are also fed up with Cyril Ramaphosa. The people that used to speak highly of him, they are very fed up with him, to say that, man, to hell with Cyril Ramaphosa, because we don't even know, we cannot even recognize him anymore. But what he just wants is another term with the ANC. He wants the ANC to name him as the next president of the ANC so that he can finish off his term. He doesn't want to end up like Thabo Mbeki. He doesn't want to end up like Jacob Zuma, but he wants to be that president of the ANC that finished off his term. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. After all, the ANC comes before the country. To them, the ANC comes before the country. Guys, please tell me if you think that I'm telling the lie. Please tell me what you think on the comment section, and don't forget to hit that like button, and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. But no, guys, no. No, I am not leaving just as yet. I'm not leaving just as yet.
Donald Trump must leave us alone. He must leave us alone, Kaori.
You said that you were going to cut aid from South Africa. Will you plan to cut aid across other African nations, and why South Africa?
No, it's only South Africa.
We are committed to having a good relationship with the United States, and we do relate to them in a number of ways. And what has ensued now with the Secretary of State not attending.
So when Cyril Ramaphosa is on this mode where he says that Donald Trump must leave us alone, a lot of the people on the left, they actually clap hands for him. They clap hands for him because they say, yes, you are tough. You are standing against Donald Trump the same way Robert Mugabe stood against Tony Blair. You are very tough. But when Cyril Ramaphosa speaks in this term that he wants a working relationship with the United States of America, you remember that recently during that event that was organized by Goldman Sachs in Johannesburg, Cyril Ramaphosa said that he wants to cut a deal with the President of the United States, Donald Trump. He wants to do that. So when he's talking like this, the people on the left, they are actually not impressed with him. They are not impressed with him because they are saying, no, come on, now you are kissing his ass. No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You must be tough against this United States of America. So after that conference that was held by Goldman Sachs, where Cyril Ramaphosa was speaking about doing a deal with the United States of America, the guy went out with the so-called the Hague Group, and they went to the Foreign Policy magazine, where they wrote a scathing article towards Israel and the United States of America. So the same person who was saying that I want to start a working relationship with the United States of America, I want to cut a deal with Donald Trump, went to the Foreign Policy, one of the biggest foreign policy magazines in the world, and actually wrote a scathing article against Israel and the United States of America. So it was not just Cyril Ramaphosa. He was there with the Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar, Colombian President Gustavo, and the Hague Group Chair Vasha. So these people, they actually wrote a very scathing article. Guys, if you have time, just go to the Foreign Policy magazine and read that article that Cyril Ramaphosa and the Prime Minister of Malaysia and the Colombian President and the Hague Group Chair wrote about United States of America and Israel. And if you look at this Hague Group of theirs, the Hague Group is a... Okay. No, come on. So if you look at that Hague Group of theirs, it says that here, the Hague Group is a coalition between South Africa, Bolivia, Colombia, Honduras, and Namibia. The Hague Group is a coalition between South Africa, Bolivia, Colombia, Honduras, and Namibia. I mean, guys, what is it exactly can we benefit from Bolivia, Colombia, Honduras, and Namibia? What is it exactly can we benefit? Is it worth it for the president of this country to go with countries like this to actually attack Israel and the United States of America? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't think it's worth it, because after this scathing article that Cyril Ramaphosa wrote at the Foreign Policy magazine, this is where the United States came out and said that we are cutting the US aid funding permanently for South Africa. This is actually what prompted them to cut that US aid permanently in this country. So on one side, I want a working relationship. On the other side, there is no way that I'm going to withdraw the case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. But despite of that, I want a working relationship with the United States of America. And me, guys, personally, I did say that I don't know how the president is going to pull it off. I don't know how he's going to pull it off, because his Minister of International Affairs, Ronald Lamola, has made it very clear that despite the president wanting to send a delegation to the United States of America to speak about this aid that was cut in this country, there is no way that we are going to withdraw our case against Israel at the International Court of Justice. I mean, these people, they are in government, but they are failing to realize that this case against Israel at the International Court of Justice, this is one of the reasons, this is the biggest reason why the United States of America is very pissed off with you. So you want to send a delegate to the United States to actually speak about aid, to say that, no, man, please do not cut the aid. We understand that you are very pissed off with us. We understand that we are trying to appease our communist friend, but please continue giving us money despite us insulting you at every single turn. Please, 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 President Trump, we are begging you to give us that aid. We understand that we are appeasing all of these people that are doing absolutely nothing for us. We understand that there are 6,000 companies that are operating in this country that are hiring hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people in your country. But please, please continue to give us the money. This is the ANC for you. And please tell me if you think it makes any sense. Please tell me if you think it makes any sense. So I said, me personally, I could be wrong. And I'm willing to come to the platform if I'm wrong, to say that, guys, I was totally wrong about the ANC and Israel and the United States of America. But me personally, I believe that that case against Israel is the reason why the United States of America is not happy at all with the ANC. I believe this is why he's not happy with the ANC. And to rub the salt on the wound, you remember that the Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, once said with the leadership of Hamas, you are sitting with the leadership of Hamas. These are the people that have killed thousands and thousands of Israelis. You are going to sit with those people. You are going to put the scarves of Hamas to say that you are siding with Hamas on this war against Israel. You are not going to say that Hamas has committed genocide by killing thousands of people inside Israel. But no, Israel is the one that actually committed genocide by killing these people when they retaliate. This is the logic of the ANC. It is the logic of the ANC. It's the logic of the ANC. So these things, when you put them together, they are the ones that are actually making United States very angry. So how can these people that are doing all of these things expect to do a deal with the United States of America? I don't know. But the logic of the ANC, it actually says that they can pull it off. It tells them that they can pull it off. So yesterday, there is a post that was made by the first Secretary General of the ANC, Nomvula Mokonyane, and on this post that was made on social media, it says that today we met with the Iranian ambassador Mansour Shakib to discuss the ongoing efforts to consolidate strategic relations between the ANC and the Islamic State of Iran. So people were very they were very concerned yesterday to say, okay, and so okay, even if you did, why are you putting this out? So the reason that the Deputy Secretary of the ANC, the first Deputy Secretary of the ANC or something like that, has put this out, the ANC is trying to make the United States of America very aware that we have picked a side. We have picked a side. The ANC has picked a side. The ANC right now, they are on the side of the Islamic State of Iran. Jesus, I bit myself. The ANC right now, they have picked a side that they are on the side of the Islamic State of Iran, and at the same time they are on the side of Hamas. They are making it very clear. So this post by Nomvula Mokonyane was to make the people in the United States, was to make the ambassadors of the US and everybody to say that, guys, just look at what we are doing. Just look at what we are doing. We as the ANC, we understand that you guys are saying bad things for us, but we are on the side. We are on the side of the Islamic State of Iran, and we are on the side of Hamas. So you can sit down and you can make your own conclusion about what this means. You can make your own conclusions about what this means. So I guess now that the ANC is pulling these things, the people of this country must actually make it very clear that the ANC does not represent South Africa right now. They do not represent us as the people. Because I don't think the people of this country are on the side of Israel, and they are on the side of not Israel. They are on the side of Hamas, and they are also on the side of the Islamic State of Iran. I don't think so. So the ANC, they are representing themselves, and I hope when the United States comes with those sanctions, they are going to target these people and not hurt the average people of this country, because the average people of this country did not choose this. The ANC is the one that actually chose this. The average South Africans did not choose this. The ANC is the one that chose this. And there is a very important heading that I saw yesterday by Freedom Farm Plus. So this heading, it says that the ANC should in no way be allowed to claim the sole right to convey its own biased message to the world about the state of affairs in this country. And I completely agree with Freedom Farm Plus 100%. We as the people of this country, we have our right to speak about our experiences. The ANC, even right now with what they are trying to do with the AfriForum, they do not want other people to go out and say that this is what is happening in the country. They want their biased message to be the one that is going out. So right now, when you have Nomvula Mkonyane saying this, they are trying to say that we as South Africans, we are on the side of Iran, and we are also on the side of Hamas. So they are trying to be the ones that are conveying the message and their own biased message. And this is something that we must not allow as the people of this country. This is something that we must not allow as the people of this country. So guys, I don't know. You can make your own conclusions. Am I lying when I say that Cyril Ramaphosa is doing all of these things so that he can win a conference in 2027? Am I lying? Because this is what I think. I understand that many people can have their own reasons why Cyril Ramaphosa has now turned into this fully fledged communist. But the reason why, according to me, is because he wants to appease the ANC, because he wants another term with the ANC. He knows very well that the ANC want to replace him with maybe Mashatile, or to replace him with Panyaza Lesufi. But again, if he's going to implement all of these policies, there is no need for the ANC to remove him, because those presidents that the ANC wanted to replace him with, these are the presidents that have promised to deliver on these policies that Ramaphosa has actually signed. So it has nothing to do with us as a country. All of these things that the ANC is doing right now, it has nothing to do with us as a country, but it has to do with the 2027 elective conference. So you have these people, and now they are boasting with their relationship with Iran so that everybody can see. I don't know, guys. Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button, and the most important part is subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye bye.